you pathing down here is actually fine. And I think that if Riven has TP, you've actually got way more kill pressure top than you do, or bot, sorry, than you do top.
Yep.
So I could even say something like, if you just have a TP top laner, don't even go there.
Okay.
I think it's like a waste for the most
Okay.
part. The only ones where they might be interesting is if you have like Vayne Soraka with no ignite, no setup, nothing. And you're
Right.
like, well, I've got a Renekton top, and even though he has TP or a set
We can
or a
still
Riven
kill.
with
Yep.
TP maybe, yeah, you've just got more strength top even though they have TP. So those are the rare occasions where pathing top with TP might be good. But yeah, okay, very good. Right, let's go. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'd start Raptors this game.
Yeah, I will. In the end. Okay. Yeah, fine.
Nice. Now, just to clarify, because I don't fucking know anything about Yorick. Well, I know maybe a little bit about him. But like, you get ghouls, right, every time you queue?
Every time you
Or...
Q last hit, and on big monsters with any last hit. So you have to
Oh,
Q
okay.
Q small ones, but big ones you always get a grave.
Okay, right. Okay, cool. Nice ward there on Raptors as well. Always do that, by the way, Sanquin. Like, if you ping for a, what is it, like the ward ping? So if I press G, which is my ping wheel,
Hmm.
and I go like this, that's the ward, ask for
Hmm.
ward. If you just do this on Raptors, it's such a useful ward, especially when you're playing Yorick, because now you know, like, exactly where they're going to be,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So do that at the start of every game, like at level 1. Try to get your mid laner to ward like that, because it makes it now so easy to play
Yeah.
this game. And now you know that Lee Sin started where?
I start bot. Yeah. But what I like myself as well, I like hovering at the start in the bush close to the raptors, because if the enemy mid laner tries to do it, I can with auto Q auto I can still kill the ward. I can even make it over to wolves to start the other side still if needed.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's really good. I'd probably just do Gromp
Yeah,
after
that's true.
what do you call it?
I should have done Crom because
Yeah,
then they
after
spawn
Wolves.
together with wolves.
It's not the biggest deal in the world, man, because it will still spawn really quickly, you know, it's not gonna decide a game, but it's just like a little bit of helps a little bit there. Well, this was good.
Yeah, I didn't like it myself though. I think I should have just baited him a little bit towards the A soul, because then we would have had him. I know I missed this and it's gone.
What do you mean you don't like it? Like how you
Because
played it?
yeah, because I saw the
Or
soul was coming to
Hmm.
me, so I should have just kind of walked towards the crab, get him closer, and E from point blank range when soul would have been closer. This I shouldn't have done. This E was too early in my opinion.
There's a
Wouldn't you
couple of
agree?
things as well here, Sanquin. Like when you go for this crab, whenever you go for something in this river, it's a
Hmm.
lot better if you can go like this into
For the
this brush
bush.
here. Because if
Yeah.
Lee Sin's running down, you're just like camping the brush and he
Yeah.
like cues this and wastes
Yeah.
cooldowns, and now you actually just like hard win the fight.
Yeah.
And if he decides to go around like this, let's just say he went Raptors to Krugs to
Hmm.
red,
Hmm.
and then he comes around here, you're waiting in the brush for him. So
Okay.
that's why it's also useful just to go Wolves, Gromp, Blue, and you sit in here.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I think after like just because you're here now, we'll just treat this like independent of all that. Like I think all
Sure.
this is great. Like I would definitely run at this guy, and I don't know if you need to ghost. That's the only thing. Maybe ghosting's okay. It's really not that bad though, bro. Like most of the stuff you do here is actually like good. Yeah, and if he like
Yeah.
what is
If
it,
it,
flashes away, it's
yeah,
fine.
flashed it. Yeah.
I would just kill the ward. Yeah, exactly. Yep, nice. Uh-huh. And yeah, you can always recall after this. In another game, Sanquin, let's just say
Hmm.
you didn't see Lee Sin, right?
Hmm.
Because I need to like ask this. If you don't see Lee Sin,
Yeah.
where is he going to be here? Like at 4 minutes, like where is this guy going to be if you haven't seen him and you're doing
Bot
top crab?
bot crab.
Okay, so what would you do after top crab if that's the minimap?
I would look if Sol is gankable. Or if he's too far pushed up, I'll hover this bush to cover the counter gank and recall from there.
Okay, so here's like the thing with starting Raptors or Wolves.
Hmm.
I think you should read, especially Raptors. Actually, I think Wolves is actually quite rare. Like you have to retake them straight away. But Raptors is the most accessible jungle camp, right, for the
Hmm.
enemy jungler. They just run in, and it's so close to the river, you know, which is essentially safety in a way. So if Lee Sin was doing bot crab, which he would have done by now, and runs into your Raptors and takes them, level 4 Raptors, like you're gonna feel pretty bad, right? So if
Yeah.
you start Raptors, Sanquin, I always want you retaking them. So
Okay.
you would just run directly to your Raptors here from crab, because
Okay.
there's a chance that the enemy jungler, if they're on the opposite crab, they might run in and take it. You know what I mean? And you can do
Yep.
the same, by the way. So let's just say that you know he's never going to take your Raptors because maybe you see him ganking bot, or maybe he's died already. Like whatever the reason is, you just know he's never going to invade there. You could do the same to his Raptors
Right. Yeah.
at 4 minutes. Lots
I,
of
I
people
actually
miss that
actually
timing.
actually do
So
it quite often though, but in this game I didn't because I knew where the release in was. So I
mhm.
think I went over to Crab other side, which okay, you'll see in a minute.
Right, that's great what you said, yeah. Like that's excellent because the game is so conditional, right? So I'm not saying like you do it all the time. This was
Hmm.
going to be my next point. I don't think the Lee is ever going to invade your Raptors when you get him 1 HP, no flash, and he's probably basing and running to his like,
Right.
maybe bot crab or gromp. Yeah. So
Right.
if you were to clear your bot camp, Sanquin, how would you want to clear them? Like ideally, in
Um.
what order? Like Raptors and then basing is weird, right? But you have to
Yes.
do it because they might take them. But in this game, how would you want to clear your bot camps?
From this point on of where I am now.
Yeah, so like after this crab, right? We
Okay,
know
after
Lee
this
Sin's
crab,
not going to do this.
then I would clear Raptors, and then by the time I finish Raptors, I'm a Krugs when they respawn, take Krugs, and then recall.
Okay, so you could do this, but I honestly think like just basing is better because it will take
Hmm.
you so long to kill them.
Okay.
And the other point here is like it will just take longer. Like you running down here and doing them just as jungle item Yorick will take you a lot longer than it would if
Yep.
you just recall and then go like Krugs Raptors into Grubs like that.
Yep.
And by taking them as recent as possible, I guess, like there's no counterplay for Lee Sin, right? So whatever you do top side of the map,
Is
whatever
mine.
you do, yeah, like there's no counterplay. You're not losing any of your big camps, right?
No, I know, understand what you're saying. Now, one question with regards to the crab. So now I know where Lee Sin was. I thought I could
Mm-hmm.
take the crab. Would you try to go for this bot crab or now? Or not in the game state as it is now.
Even though you have Bob Pryor, man, it's just the fact that all I'm thinking about. Well, you can tell me, Sanquin. I'm trying to do this like way more because I think it's important in terms of like teaching people. Is like
Okay.
I would not be thinking about anything here apart from getting to somewhere on the mini map soon. That
Okay.
sounds fucking really weird, but it's 410. So
Hmm.
what am I thinking about in the near future?
Recalling, spending the gold, going back
Hmm.
bots probably, take the camps and then go to grubs.
Okay, so the end of that. What did you say? What's the end?
The grubs.
Okay, I just have that in my head.
Hmm.
So if I go like this, right? And Lee Sin, by the way, might meet you with Xerath with mid prio because you're going to be running through vision, right? Which is also
Yep.
really risky. But even if that wasn't a thing, Sanquin, like let's just say your Azor had insane prio. Oh my god, I double crab him. What time is it going to be though when you finish that bot crab?
It's gonna be 30 seconds from now.
Yeah, like I
450.
think it's going to be four exactly, bro. Right, 440. Can you like without me explaining it? Can you see
Yep.
just by how I'm thinking about this how awkward it is now?
Yep. Because then I'm delayed at
So
grubs.
yeah, so
And
you
then
might even
yeah,
have
yeah,
to like it's now very awkward. Exactly right. Like
yep.
like what do we do now? Do we base and then go here? Now it's going to be like 6 minutes by the time we get to grubs.
Yeah, I think
There's
I
nothing
kind of did
stopping Lee
something
Sin from
like that.
taking one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think this is the most important time in a game to get a base off. You'll see like all the high elo like Koreans do this,
Hmm.
where 4:30 is probably latest. Now sometimes, when I say sometimes, I mean like rarely, are you going to be in a game where you're just on the map at 5 minutes? You know what I mean? Like there's just so much stuff going on. There's fighting nonstop. You just go from lane to lane getting free kills. Oh my god, it's 4:30 already.
Hmm.
I think 4:30 though is just the last kind of like the latest you can recall to play for grubs though.
Yep.
Because even if you were running out of base at 4:30 and you do two camps, it's now 5 minutes. You're still going to get there and be able to get one or two grubs if they're on it. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what I would be thinking here, bro. Is just getting to grubs with these gone.
Yep.
Because if you do the crab, instead of going like this all the way down, now it's 4:40. At 4:40, you could be close to like hitting your Krugs, and now we're coming up nicely.
Yep.
Does that all make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, and you'll, I think the next couple seconds will show what not to do.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's just like Lee Sin's running out of base with like two long swords, probably running to bot
Yes.
crab here.
So, but I
Even though you
thought
have
at this
like
point I
prio
had
bot, yeah.
bot prio. You know, I can take it and push it towards bots. They will rotate to me quicker, and even with if Leaf Sin's there, at this point I think, okay, Jinx is around. I'm fine. Hit smite, but then I saw they were backing off the lane, and the others cut me off, and I got yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do, it's kind of unfortunate. The only thing you can do here, though, is play towards your prior sequence. So whatever they throw at you, you've just got to, like, kind of tank it, I guess, and hope they don't kill you here. But
Yeah.
you just have to keep running towards Jinx and Karma. That's it. So Nami Bubble is all you're thinking about. If you can dodge that, you're actually probably okay.
Okay.
Jinx might have heal, you know what I mean? Karma might have. I think
Right.
Karma has Ignite and stuff. But you see how you're actually kiting them away from your bot lane here?
Yeah, I thought I was cut off by Nami and Ezreal at that point, and I couldn't make it to them. Then I thought, okay, I take the crab, hope for that speed gets me out, and it didn't. So I kind of screwed up.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of like kind of champ awareness, I guess. Like, I mean, you know your bot lane has prior, so it's like, why wouldn't you run towards them type thing?
Right.
So yeah, if you just keep running bot here, just keep going, keep going, keep going. Yes, I know you're going to get sandwiched between like 3 people, but so are they. Like
Right.
if Ezreal
True.
and what's her name, like Nami are where they are,
Yeah.
the Jinx is just going to free hit them with Ghost and Lethal Tempo. You'll actually hard win this. Like look at their Nami and Ezreal. Their they just look weak,
Indeed.
and you've got a Jinx like ready to unleash.
Yeah. I would have won it. And the Soul then chases the Xerath because he could have saved me as well there, but he didn't.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even. I get what you're saying, but like I wouldn't even worry about anyone else though. Like however they play it, like ASOL, like we're not making that play, Sangun, because and I know you know this, but I'm just saying it. Like we're not making that play because we know ASOL can save us. You know.
Right.
Okay, running the grubs is good. Yes. Okay, I would instead of running the grubs, it's the same thing here by the way, Sanguine. So whenever you do something in the rivers, like if you want to do dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're probably gonna run like this.
Right.
And from this side, you're gonna run like that, right? That looks really weird.
Yep.
So it's always like through the middle of the map. You want to go like this. It's the most flexible as well. So instead of going like this, you want to be going like that.
So you can cover mid if needed. Or
Kind of, yeah. But can you remember what we talked about before with the scuttle crab? Like, what did we say? So you can go like that, or you can go like this.
yeah, and then you go through the bush and you end indeed.
Yeah.
And
So
enter
you're in
the river,
fog, right?
yeah.
So if you
Okay.
ever catch them in river, like see them, you can get the jump on them. Also here though, because Lee Sin is bot, just tell me about his camp situation. What camps are up and what camps are not up?
His top side is up.
How do you know that?
Because okay, he nearly died, recalled, came straight to bot crab. I think also his bot side must be up then as well, because I think he kind of hovered in river a long time, didn't he? But definitely top side must be up. He cannot have taken it.
Okay, so in this game he started bot, right? Because he was contesting on top
Yeah.
crab at 330. And he's level 4.
Yeah.
So he's obviously started bot. So just tell me the timers of these camps. So what time is Gromp respawning or has respawned?
Probably what's that? 4:15 or so, something
Yeah,
like that.
nice. Good shit. Yep. And then Wolves will just be 4:30.
Yeah.
Raptors will be maybe like 4:50, 5 minutes, something like this. I just say
Since
5 minutes in my head.
we mirrored the clear, my camps are spawning in top, so his are up as well. By the time I get there, they're
Yeah,
definitely up.
yeah, exactly. You could do that as well, and these will be up at the end of it. So if I were you here, man, honestly, I would go like this.
Right, take that first. Okay. Because I have
Because
tempo enough. At least will not still not meet me at grubs if I do that. Not be quick enough.
yeah, the only annoying thing there is like, oh my god, like I could have taken all 3 grubs instead of raptors and krugs, but I still think you might be able to. Like your ASOL has prior,
Right.
you've got a Riven top who's got ignite. You know what I mean? Like I think in terms of a 3v3, you always win, man. Always win.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Sanquin? So it's just
Yes.
about knowing. Like
Yes.
the reason I see that is because I'm just thinking about its camps, yeah? So I look at 520 and I think about the history of this game. It's not even thinking about the history of that game. That sounds so weird. Like if I was to live coach and say, tell me the history of this game, Sanquin, you're just going to be like, what the fuck?
Right.
But it's like just storing in my head that Lee Sin started bot this game. And we saw him kill his raptors at like 250, right? That means they're spawning at 5 minutes. So you just say in your head, almost, and because I've done it for so many years, like in my head, it's just at 5 minutes. It's almost like I have numbers, like this, like how it says 20 seconds or 249 or 142 for crab. I have those numbers, but on his camps as well, yeah?
Right.
So this mini map is going to lie to you, right, Sanquin? Like his Krogs aren't up. They'll spawn in like 15, 20 seconds.
They will be up very shortly. He was in river a little bit later than me. I did Gromp latest, so like 5 seconds after my Gromp it should spawn.
Yeah, so we're just like kind of combining both junglers' maps into one. If you can do that, bro, and you know exactly what camps are up, those are his coordinates. That's where he's going to go for the whole game. Like, knowing he's going to go bot crab is quite easy, right? Because he started bot and it's already 4 minutes.
Hmm.
So knowing he's going to be there is actually like really easy to predict. And I think it's really easy now to just anticipate he's going to go Gromp Wolves into topside. And he's
Yes.
going to check his Raptors. Oh my God, they're gone. That's really weird. Let me go to Krugs. Oh, these are gone as well. And he might see you, like run off like this. But at this point, it's like, who cares? Like, you're chilling. You've got top, who has Prio, mid, who has Prio. And whenever I think of Prio, Sanguine, I always think it's indefinite. I always think it would just be there. Because if a champion has Prio right now, why shouldn't they have it in the next, like, 30 seconds? And if you see the champion, who has Prio, like, running to help you when you don't need it, ping them off. The Prio is what's enabling you. Don't let them give that up. If you
Right.
can just do whatever you need to do on your own, right?
Yeah.
Like this. Like if someone was to, like, let's just say Riven runs to Grub's head, ping her off, get her back top lane.
Yeah. Indeed.
But yeah, I would just like to see you take his Raptors there, and then you can go to his Krugs, right? Does that all make sense?
Yes, definitely.
Oh my God, the Zerath ulting the Asol. Look at them go. Asol's flashed away. Go Asol. He's level 6. He's gonna ult.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have turned back, I think I would have got him.
Yeah, now you're gonna be a little bit careful. Yeah, see this now, Sanquin is too late.
Okay.
I mean, you might get really lucky. So what you tell me, like, well, I want you to tell me what you're thinking here, right? Oh my God, I
Okay.
think I can kill Zerath, okay, and then I'm
No,
gonna run into
at this
Raptors.
point, I think like Xerath is low health, low mana. If Lee comes, I think I can still get away. I just a W, a EM, and I think I'll be off. But I know, yeah, it is risky. It is risky, I guess.
I was expecting you to say here. I get what you're saying, but I was expecting you to say I think Lee Sin's on Dragon. That's what I was expecting you to say. Because you going to his Raptors is great if you think he's on the other side of the map, right? But going in here is very risky if you think he might be able to run here. Like the Xerath still has, like, remember, you don't have Ghost or Flash or anything, right, Sanquin? So if you get caught, bro, you're 100% dead. If Lee Sin ward hops out of your W and he E's you and slows you and Xerath lands his W and then he throws his E out without it getting blocked by your ghouls, you're 100% going to die.
Right.
So this would make sense if you knew exactly where Lee was.
Yeah,
So if
which
you
we
know
don't.
he's on Dragon here, I'd be like, no worries, like this is probably fine. But because you don't know, it makes it flippy, right? That's the essence of it.
Yep.
So if you know 100% like where Lee Sin is and what he's doing, that's great. Like you can actually make 100% plays because of it. But if you're like 50-50, the decision you make to like invade him is going to be 50-50.
Yep, that's true.
So if you're 100% about where he is, you can make a 100% move that always works. And now I would just ping, yeah, so see how he's on Dragon here. So like after this, man, like I would be pinging like, if he's not on his Raptors, you know what I mean? Like you've taken 30 seconds to do grubs. Surely in 30 seconds time, like even back here. So that was 6:20 just there. This is 5:30. And just before this, Sanquin, like there he is. That's 5:10. And he's running to Gromp. So he's now on Gromp at 5:30. Finishes walls at maybe 5:50 here. You see how I'm trying to like add this up? I know I'm skipping it, but yeah. And then we go to 6 minutes, and he's not on Raptors. It's like, wait, what? Why is he not on Raptors? That's kind of weird. He must be doing something else then.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you can just ping both sides of the map here. Maybe they get ganked through Tribrush. Maybe he's doing Dragon. Maybe he's doing your bot camps, which seems a little interesting because, yeah, you're stronger than him. You know what I mean? He should know you're at a base there, and he doesn't know you're on Grubs until this shows on his screen. Yorick has slain the Void Grubs. Yeah? Because at this point, he should already be on his Raptors, Sanquin. Or they should be done.
Yeah, you're right. So the walking here doesn't
So
make sense.
I know it's like maybe a lot of info, but I think like just with the power of logic, man, you can work it out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and now I'd also be scared of him recalling and running here, to be honest. But I guess this
But
is
I
okay.
would always be quick enough, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you're chilling, I think, and it's because of
And
Riven
the
as well, right?
Riven is strong there.
Yeah. Basing here is good. Tell me why you based.
Because my red was spawning, and I have gold to spend. So and I didn't know what he was going to do after Dragon. I'm not sure exactly, but I thought, okay, if I spawn now, then I'm still at my red in reasonable time, a little bit late. My bot is pushed up, so I want to be on that side of the map.
Yeah, so Okay. So I asked someone in a similar elo to you in NA the other day. I said, why'd you recall here? And lots of people, in answer to that question, what do you think they say, Sanquin? When I asked them, why did you recall here? What do you think most people say?
I have no clue. I don't know what other people think.
You
I
well,
really
you
don't
said
know.
you said it, but it was like your second answer. So the first one was really good. You said red buff, but
Yeah,
lots of people just immediately talk about buying items.
right.
So you got gold to spend.
Well, it's only
Most of the time,
500,
man,
so it's not like
right?
huge, is it?
It's not huge, but what do you get by the way? Like, what is your Dirk
Tiamat,
or what?
Tiamat.
Oh, Tiamat. Okay, right. Yeah, okay. Tiamat's kind of nice though, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's like substantial, but most of the time, bro, when you recall, you're gonna be able to buy something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And if you lose a fight, it's very rarely get like I don't think I lose a fight and think, wow, I didn't have my ghost blade here. FF. Like that's why I didn't win. I didn't press the active on my ghost blade. That's why we lost the fight. No, it's because I queued in like an idiot. Or it's
Yeah.
because, I like E'd way too early or ignited way too early and maybe I didn't go on the right person. Anything like that, right?
Right.
It has little to do with items. So the real reason we recall is just because there is a timing.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. Have you seen my tempo course? This
Yes.
sounds quite
Yes. Yes.
conceited,
Yes.
but
I've no, no, I've no, but I've watched it. It's seen it on YouTube.
yeah.
It was very enlightening, to be
Right.
honest, and also very understandable. So yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Okay, that's cool. Because in my head, it's just like tempo is just you recall to either attack or defend something. So
Yep.
I look at this map and I think I'm completely with you here. I see my red buff spawning and my whole bot side up. Is he going to go there after dragon? Maybe. We're not recalling though for a tier map. If we have tier map, that's great. You know what I mean? And if you
Hmm.
like farm properly, you'll have it just like naturally in a way. But yeah, like lots of people here, Sanquin might go to their top camps. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they
No.
might run to their top side and do the camps here, but if you recall, you're protecting your bot side and you still always get your top camps afterwards. And one more point here, just quickly. It's also the fact that in this game, you'd probably want to path towards top side. Why is that? In terms of jungle camps, Riven is winning, that's great. And she
Yes.
is like the number one lane. But there's
Hmm.
another reason why pathing top is actually really good as well.
Grubs. Second grubs. I want to play for that. 6 grubs is nice. Or
Very good. Yes. So if you look at the timers on the objectives in River, so
mhm,
there's Grubs in 3 minutes and Dragon in 420.
mhm.
So if we path from bot to top, it will lead us into Grubs.
Yep.
If the objective is Dragon here, I would just recall and go Gromp down to bot.
Yep. I I
Yeah?
think at this point I was worried though
Mm.
about my bot jungle being gone, like Raptors and Krugs at some point, because
Mm-hmm.
the Lee might have taken it after Dragon. I'm not sure what I did after this recall.
For sure, yeah. And if he does that, same kind like that's the issue with the decisions we've kind of made here because it allows him to trade jungle camps, you know what I mean? Like not getting the base off before going to bot crab.
Hmm.
So if you recall after top crab, your Krugs and Raptors aren't there.
Yep.
I mean, maybe they might respawn, but you're definitely not going to be in this situation, I don't think.
Hmm.
And remember, Sanquin, like if you do his Raptors and Krugs, he is not going to know you're like doing that, right?
No.
So what I'm trying to say is like after he goes Gromp Wolves at level 4 when he runs out of base and he kills you, Gromp to Wolf Camp, he's probably naturally going to pass to his Raptors there.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then he'll see them gone and then he'll probably chase you. So like him doing Dragon never happens. And even if he does, you get Raptors, Krugs, and Grubs
Yep.
in a nice order. And maybe like in another game, if you do it like that, that looks really nice into a base.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, just run back here.
Yes.
One more thing here, by the way, I've been trying to like. This sounds quite weird, but I'm gonna split the map into like 3 sections. That's number 1. Okay, so if you're blue side, the river is number 2.
Hmm.
And that's number 3. Now, what do you think is the most important if you're a blue side jungler? What do you want to think about more than anything?
Number 2,
Okay, so number 2 is good, right?
because
Don't get
it's
me
where
wrong.
the
Number 2 is good.
objectives spawn, or the dragons, the grubs, the.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I mean, each has
Okay.
their value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, river is good, right? River is good. But
In terms of
in this
gold,
example,
okay.
yeah.
In terms
You
of
go,
gold
Sanquin, you go.
income, in terms of gold income, I've been
Mm.
thinking about my own camps and, at least farming part of them, but always pathing towards the objectives in the river. That's kind of how I'd look at it. But tell me what
Yes.
you do.
Okay. Yeah, so I would flip that because at the end of the day, man, your camps, right, are always going to be there. So think about this example where we, out of base, we go to his Raptors and Krugs. We're not losing anything from 2 and 3. We've
Mhm.
still got Grubs at the end of it because we have Prior. We've still got Gromp and Wolves at the end of it because we're on this side of the map. Like, how can he ever run in there and take them under our nose? Unless
Mhm.
it's really unlucky. Sometimes it might happen, but yeah, it's very rare. So by doing 1 first, we can come back to 2 still, and we can still come back to 3. Now, in this game, Sanquin, by doing the Grubs first, Lee could easily have done this, and he should do, by the way. He should go like this, and then he should come back to Dragon. That's what he should do.
Mhm.
So after his like second clear where he goes Gromp, Wolves, he should do his Raptors because that's the most accessible camp for you. And it's too much, I think. Like Raptors, Krugs, and Grubs to give all of that up. Oh my goodness me. So to invade him after Grubs, they should be gone.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's why we go there first. That's why it's a 1.
Yep.
First, second,
Okay.
third. Yeah, can you see that? So it's
Yep.
like one nice loop instead of, and this is fine, like you did it because we're like using hindsight here. But yeah, to go from here to here, you know what I mean? To what, back or to here now and back. Like it should just be like this. A nice loop.
Right.
Does that make sense though? Like the
Yeah,
1, 2, 3
definitely,
thing?
definitely. Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. In hindsight, I would have probably taken Raptors and then
Mm-hmm.
Krugs, and then see who avoids if he wants to contest the Grubs, fine. Mariven has Prio, let him come. He'll take 1, I'll take 2, or something like that, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, like you should still get all 3 to be honest, just because you have Prior, mate. Like that's all I'm saying. Like when I'm running out of base there, I've got Riven with Prior, mid with
Yeah.
Prior and stuff. The only other person you would worry about there is maybe support roaming, but that's about it. So at a base, you can just like click like this again through mid
Hmm.
into that brush, and then we go to Raptors.
Okay.
1, 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And yeah, like if you like after Grub Sankun, if you think for whatever reason he is gonna do this, and you think you can be there on time to stop him, you don't always have to do this, right? This 3 is more important than this 3. So you can base.
Hmm.
Buy your item, 1, 2, 3, and then top again. Yeah?
Yep.
And yeah, as far as like hindsight goes, yeah, like I it's kind of like a loose term that people use, but I'm not really using hindsight here because I'm like just playing as if I'm you. Like, I haven't watched this before, so I'm just like jumping into this game if I'm playing Yorick jungle. Now I'm fucking never gonna do this, but I'm playing Yorick jungle, but it's still like the same patterns. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there is a 1 if I'm playing Yorick or Shaco or Talon or Graves or Nidalee or Talia jungle. Like it's all the same, right? There's always a 1. There are always 2s and there are always 3s.
Hmm.
I just want you to flip the map. So at the moment, Sanquin, that's your version of the jungle. I want it to be
Right.
this. Yeah? Because you're
Yep.
going to create a bigger gap with this guy.
Yep.
Okay, very good. Does all that make sense? Do you have any questions about any of that?
No, I get it.
Okay, nice.
And now,
Mm-mm.
why did I go back to top? Because I
You think
thought,
your bot camps are gone, right?
yes, so I thought, okay, we just split
Yeah.
the map. I'll take top and then go back to his red buff. And then he showed. And then he was like, okay, I'm not sure what I did from this point. But I know at this point, okay, I'll stick to this side and then go from there.
Yeah. I think it's quite difficult for Lee Sin to invade your bot camps. Maybe he does do it, but I still think it's quite difficult for him to because again, he's just told everyone he's done Dragon, just like it is for you to invade his top side after doing Grubs. Like, hey everyone, here I am. Everyone.
Yeah.
Nami, if you're running to Grubs and you just saw me do them, I'm here. Cho'Gath, if you're running out of base and you can come down to his red buff to protect it or whatever, like here I am. Or his top camps. Xerath, same to you. Like here I am, everyone. That's what he's doing as well. So if I were you at a base here, Sanquin, I would just run to red and just see if it's up. And if your red buff is sitting there, I'd go to Krugs and do them first. And then you can just path up, right? Naturally.
Okay.
You don't have to worry at this stage about doing red Krugs Raptors because you clear so quick, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We don't have to sequence perfectly anymore. But for your first clear where you just have jungle item, it takes 15, 20 seconds. Now it's a lot quicker, so you don't have to worry about sequencing. So check your red buff. If it's still there, do Krugs. And then just do red, Raptors, and then level 6, and then you can play the game. And yeah, I already think, man, like, look, watching this replay, if you were to play this game again, I think there can be like a massive diff in terms of jungle. Not trying to be toxic, by the way, but yeah,
No,
like
it
it's a
doesn't
good
come
thing,
across
right?
like that.
Like,
Yeah. These
I'd be
small
like
decisions would
excited to
have
play it.
added up to a lot, so to say.
Yeah, yeah, because like here again, like you'd like to take. You didn't take his raptors before, which is kind of awkward, but I'd like you to take, his raptors and krugs, and maybe his raptors are spawning in 10, 15 seconds. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And the funny thing here is like if you did take his raptors and krugs before number two, before grubs,
Yep.
they would definitely have respawned already.
Yep.
So maybe you could have
Yep.
got your whole bot side there after recalling, and you'd still get his respawning top side. Like that would be insane. This is good. Yeah, nice. Really good.
Missed
What'd you
it.
call it? Ghost. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's whatever. Right, Halo Blaze Yorick looks so funny.
But it's
Doof, doof, doof.
they changed the ult iterations with the damage. It ticks over time,
Oh,
so the Hail of Blade actually makes your ult do more damage as well.
oh, I see.
So that's why it's
That's really
only
good movement, by the way. Yeah, so I was listening. Yeah, with the ult. Yeah. Yeah, that movement sequence where you just click back to like
Mhm.
bait them into thinking you're not there is really good. You can kill this Cho'Gath again, by the way, because Riven has ult.
Oh,
Or it's
I
risky
didn't
because he
look at
has
that.
TP though. Yeah, if he just walks back to lane, you definitely kill him again. Never mind, he's just gonna die anyway. All right, so we get another kill. Yeah. And you're sitting on gold. Lee Sin, I'm guessing he got kills bot. Shoving is fine. Yes.
So at this point, I think I just at this point I did something bad in my mind because I know I assumed okay, Krugs were gone, bot side is gone, and at some point I forgot my own idea. So their least showed, and I thought, okay, the top side is mine, and it was shown in a second.
What are you saying, Sanquin? Because I think all this is fine, by the way. So the other option you
Yeah.
have here is to recall and run straight to grubs. But again, like you're just
No,
splitting
no, no.
sides of the
Here
map
it's still
here.
fine, but you'll see in
Yeah.
30 seconds what I think I did stupid stuff.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going to happen, right? So let me just say,
All
like, I
right.
think you staying here is fine. I think you basing is way too late. You know what I mean? Like, grubs are right here, and
Hmm.
you got Riven running out of base with ultimate. Like, you don't need to base here and buy an item, and it's going to be the difference.
No.
I think everything else on the map just means you win. Like, mid being fine, Riven running out of base with ultimate. The only thing, again, you think about here is Nami, right? Running out of base. But their
Hmm.
Cho'Gath is dead with no TP. So it's like an ideal time, actually, to overstay, essentially, because you've got timings, right? Like
Right.
you could recall and run to grubs here and be strong, but that doesn't change anything. You're still getting grubs no matter what. So if you think there's going to be a big fight here,
No, this
Sanquin,
no that
recalling would be really good.
here I
But
wasn't
yeah.
worried at all. We had Vision as well in their jungle, so I didn't had
Mm-hmm,
zero
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
worries.
Yeah, so, okay. So all I would be thinking about here, man, just look at the minimap for me. What timing do you think might be important here?
The Drake spawning in a minute.
Okay, so here's what I would do. Or Blue Gromp. I would just do as many camps as possible until that dragon
Yep.
says maybe 30 seconds,
Yep.
25 seconds.
Yeah.
Then I'm basing and running like that.
Yeah, that would have been way better than what I'm about to do.
Okay, so what did you think about it? So what are you thinking here? Oh my god, he's bot. Let me take Raptors. Is that what you're thinking?
I don't remember. I don't
Okay,
remember
well,
what I
if you
was
would have played
thinking.
this game again, what
If
does
I
your
would play it
brain like
again,
tell you? Right, Lee Sin's bot. Mm-hmm.
I take Raptors super quickly. It takes like 3 seconds. I just leave the ghouls there, so I still drop my ghouls on Raptors, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'd recall. But it will probably be too late indeed to beat the dragon.
Yeah, I think you taking his Raptors is actually fine because you do them actually really quickly. What the fuck is this champion? What a broken champ. Yeah, and then I'd probably just take like blue buff maybe. Recalling is also fine because you have item, right?
Hmm.
I actually think this is fine, Sanquin. Again, you're just trying to play like as close to 30 seconds as possible for the objective, right? Which is where we say, 4:30 for grubs at 5 minutes.
Yeah. So at this point,
Do
I
you
was still
only, yeah.
reasonably happy with my own decisions, but it will. Yeah, it was only brief.
So what are you thinking here then? What the fuck? He flashed.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have flashed, he would have died probably because he was within E
Wait,
range.
really?
Yeah, I think so. Because he was. This is exactly my E range. I could have hit it.
If you have it, I guess so. But can't he just run off
Yeah, that's true.
and
Maybe.
W you and stuff?
Maybe.
Do you take aggro, by the way, if your ghouls hit him?
If the ghouls hit me, yes, I take aggro.
Hmm.
Oh, it's ghouls. Yes, ghouls hit him. I take aggro. True.
Yeah, I don't think you ever kill him there, but still, that's yeah. So I'm just wondering, like, what does this mean? So you tell me, Sanquin, like, what are you seeing here? So I'm gonna go mid, and I'm going to hit a tower. Like,
Well, I
what's
thought um,
hmm.
I don't know what I thought. I know we had 6 grubs. Or do we do a lot of I do a lot of tower damage? Asol is not very strong already anyway. So okay, let's help take this one plate and then I rotate down bot. And then I forgot that my bot side camps were gone and I have not shopped for the Drake. So that's yeah, it was a stupid decision. But my plan was indeed was a poor plan. I'll give you that. I'll just
Hmm.
hit this one. We take one plate and then we'll see from there.
Okay, so it's a poor plan because there's a better one, right?
Yep.
So knowing what you know now, like for this to be good, right? For this to be good, Sanquin, and it can be good, but you have to change quite a lot in the minimap. So what would you have to change here, right? I'm finishing Lee Sin's Raptors, and now I'm going to hit the mid tower. And here it's like, wait, what? Because you're sitting on gold, you can just base and get to Drake on time and maybe
Hmm.
fight it, maybe win. You've got your whole top side there as well,
Hmm.
but I guess you're playing drag timer. So again, like just like recalling here and running to Drake looks good, right?
Yeah. Would have been
So
better
what
with
would
that.
we have to change here in order for this to be maybe good?
Well,
Hitting
the
this tower.
the Drake spawning a minute later would help.
Yes. Yeah. So if it's like, anything over one
Yeah.
minute maybe would make it okay. But again, even if that was 137, what would you do after his Raptor Sanquin? So it's 137 and I've just killed his Raptors. What would you do afterwards?
If
Because
it's
remember, we're still playing
137,
this.
then I
Yep.
still recall. Still recall, and then I'll
Okay, but
first
what
do
would you
my
do?
top side and then my bot sides to Dragon to be there around that time. Something like that.
Okay, so here's what I would. Okay, so that's like the right idea, but I think you can execute it differently to the point where I would actually go like 1, 2, 3, and then base. The reason being is because like your top laner is hard winning and your bot's losing.
Hmm.
And if you go like this, what happened? Like we don't actually know if we can like do dragon, right? We're just getting there if we can and if we can fight. We want to be there as strong as possible in case something happens, right?
Right.
If nothing happens there, you're stuck at Crows near a losing bot lane.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if all your camps are up, bro, it's really good, right? If you're not scared of any of them getting taken, let's just say it's just you on the minimap here. If you want to play topside and you're near these camps, just take them. Because by the time you recall and go 1, 2, 3, and maybe you do something, they're gonna spawn again.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? So like
Yes.
if you recall with these just here, like you were saying after Raptors, it's 137 for Dragon. If you just recall
Hmm.
after look at that 3 by the way. If you just recall after the Raptors and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like I'm gonna get 3 more of these than you
Yep.
because I cleared them before recalling. The only reason, Sanquin, like we've been saying in this like session, like the only reason you would not do your top camps here after whatever you've just done is because there's the timing, whether it's Dragon or losing your whole bot side.
Hmm.
You're like, no, this 3 is always going to be there. I really want to protect this 3, or I want to run to this 2, or I know he's going to be here. Let's play for this. That's
Right.
pretty rare. So I don't think you have to worry too much about it. But yeah, does that all make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, man, I think like getting towers and you've got 6 scrubs. It's very general, you know what I mean? You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. Of course, 6 scrubs, you're gonna do a lot of damage to towers and stuff, and you are Yorick and all that. But it's only good, Sanquin, like if there isn't a timing.
Yep.
So if there's literally nothing to do, all your camps are gone, the dragon's up in like fucking, over a minute's time. Running here and hitting this is probably fine, especially if Lee Sin is doing something to maybe like your bot lane. Maybe he's diving your bot lane and you're like, wow, I can't actually contest him here or
Hmm.
do anything. Let me think of doing something top. So you either dive the Cho'Gath, take his top camps, or maybe kill Xerath mid, right?
Right.
This would be good.
Yep.
But there's other stuff to play for here because the dragon's up in like 30, 40 seconds. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is
and now
this.
it's like really awkward, right? You can
Yes.
never
This.
fight Drake.
Yes, indeed. And now I'm like, okay, I made a. I'm losing so much time doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really hope you don't fight.
No, I pinged them back and I recalled.
Yeah, for your
And then I
teammates'
tried to
mental sake.
ping them back, and then they didn't, and then they died. But okay, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, you're literally describing League of Legends, so it's all good. It's all good. Okay, yeah, so now we've got no timings. So look at this map for me, Sanquin. There's no timings here, right? In terms of like 2s and 3s we really care about. But we can take his 1s. Exactly. Like, this is great. Very nice. Go, Sanquin. Get him. Cho'Gath's going to type jungle diff. Nice E off the stun. Very good. Stride breaker. Nice, man. Good. You're just going to trade sides again. Yeah, nice ping on the way. Yeah, I think, like, even at this point, Sanquin, like, the game is kind of set up. You know that.
Yes. Top side is mine and bot side is his. That's what
Yeah,
you mean,
pretty
kind of.
much. Yep, exactly. Yeah, and then, okay, so, like, this is another point where I would think of basing, because after this, Sanquin, like, you're going to know the HP value, right? Like, you kill that on. So let's just say you kill it here. Why would I recall?
Well, a lot of gold. That's one.
What's the main reason we recall for, though? So even if you had 1,200 gold, or 1,500, or 1,000 gold, I would still recall here. Why do we recall? What's the main, like, purpose?
To be stronger at the next objective when you want to be there.
Okay, so where you're clicking right now, to me, right, Rift Herald. It's literally the only thing, right?
Yeah.
So if we're going to, like, fight at Rift Herald, if you stay on the map here, you are going to be fighting when you could be fighting with what? I don't know, Steel Cap, whatever you buy, right? You know what you're going to buy. But you could be fighting with all of that, which I think is substantial enough. Like 1,500 gold in terms of items is pretty good. And if the enemy champions, which they won't do, by the way, the lower, you know, like elo you go, I guess, the less they do it. But I'm not, like, you know, being toxic with that, by the way. But it's not challenger, so you're going to be versing people who are sitting on your gold here. Lee Sin might be sitting on 1,500 gold. He's not going to base. So that's why, like, this stuff matters so much.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the reason it didn't matter before with the second grubs is because the Cho'Gath is dead with no TP. You get grubs regardless of what items you have. I don't know if you get Rift Herald here 100%. Remember, everyone knows that Rift Herald is up, all their champions are alive, etc.
Right. In my mind, I was very sure that I was going to get Rift Herald. Because I thought, okay, top's pushed. We have Vision in their jungle. Lee has to wrap all the way around if he needs to contest. And because of the Yorick interaction with the ghouls and the Maiden, let Rift Herald attack ghouls or Maiden, I still do full damage to it. So I do it quicker than other champions do it on their own.
What happens with your Maiden if you recall?
Just
that might be a really basic question.
What do you
does
mean?
it stay on the map or does
no,
it go back to base?
It goes with me. It recalls with me.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah, please don't flame me for that question. I just need to know.
Fine. That's fine.
Yeah, so I think the other thing here is, like, even after Rift Herald, I know, like, this seems really in depth, or, like, you know, I've added something onto it, but I even look at the mini map here, Sank, and I'm like, what else are you going to do? Like, you finish Rift Herald and then what? You're going to base anyway? So if you just base now for an item, just in case they decide to fight, which is still possible. Like, you're right, Lee Sin's got to wrap all the way around, but he's got Prime mid, his bot lane's winning, Ezreal might move up, Nami's roaming as well at this point. You know what I mean? I just think it just guarantees it. I think there is some...
If I recall to where would you path from the recall?
Just straight to Rift. So just hex their gate straight to Rift Hold.
Okay.
And if they're there and you're like, oh shit, they actually are here. Let's wait for Riven's ult. Let's wait for that. Then we can fight Rift Hold, guys. Everyone just chill. Everyone just relax. We're gonna wait for Riven thing. And then, you know, let's just say they're not doing it and you do it. You just come back to Gromp and Wolves. And you path, like, maybe down or something, right?
Yep. Okay.
At that point, like, again, we'd have to listen to the minimap. But it's all based on the conditions, Sanquin, of the map, right? Like, everything we've talked about here, we could literally just go through this game and I could do this. Maybe I should do it, actually. It'd be, like, a good test. I could literally just do this. All right, just picture, like, all of that covered up. Like, we could just look at...
Just look at the minimap.
This here.
Yeah.
And base our decisions off of that, right?
Right.
Because that's where we see the enemy champions, and that's how we get info on them, and scoreboard as well, obviously. Like, if you know someone is just sitting on a Dirk at this point in the game, you should probably fight them because they're on 3k gold. But yeah, okay, very good. Oh my god, it would have been so good, Sanquin, if you actually got contested and lost this fight. I would have looked so smart. But I'm just saying, bro, it will happen. Yeah. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Nice Riven. She died with no ultimate. Good. Good fight. Champion, I just said champion instead of Sanquin. Sanquin, I think your champion is broken.
But you still don't want to
Look
play.
Look at him go. Yeah, I'm actually gonna play Yorick jungle now. I'm gonna message Ninetales.
He was
I'm gonna
inspiration.
ban Yorick. Yeah, I actually played with him on Korean server. We duoed and we got to Diamond 4 or Diamond 5, and we had a 90% win rate. I was on
Wow,
180 ping. He was on like 130. He was playing Yorick top.
nice.
And our names were North KR Yorick and North KR Shaka. What a throwback. And then the owner of the account like recovered them because I think he thought, what the fuck, like these accounts are nuts. Let's go. All right, yeah, like this is the same thing, you know.
I haven't shopped. I haven't
Yeah,
played.
so that's all it is, man. Like,
Yep.
again, it's not to do with your items thing. It's just like here I look at the timers and I'm like, okay, your raptors are kind of spawning, but the whole team is there, and if you run down there, there might be a fight. You get me? Like, if there might be a fight, bro, you want to be as strong as possible. So, I did a review of one of my games, and I knew, right, the grubs were already up. I think it was 5 minutes, yeah. But I knew that me and Diana were on the same timer, as in like we're running out of base at the same time, yeah.
Yep.
But I think at that point, like I had maybe a kill and an assist, and she had already died. Like maybe she full cleared or whatever. So I know that if she fights at grubs here, she's gonna be level 4. I was one camp from 5. So I know that if there might be a fight, I want to be as strong as possible. So I queue over and do walls. I hit level 5 and go to grubs, and she's doing them, and I just kill her like instantly.
Yep.
So it's the fact that there might be a fight somewhere. Can I base in time? If the answer is yes, get your ass in base. Yeah?
Right.
Because remember, like if you're basing, let's just say it's 20 seconds until an objective. 20 seconds if you're basing, they're still going to be there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like a fight might happen. It's still going to be that way for like 30, 40, until that objective is gone. So like if let's just say 0, 0, fucking, how do I say this? Like let's just say that X is the objective, right? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing some maths. Let's just say that X is the objective. Let's just say that 20 seconds before, right? Or even like 30 seconds before, a fight might happen around this area. Think of Baron. Happens a lot. And then you go like maybe 30 seconds after it. There's a big window here, you know what I mean? Where like a fight might happen. It could happen 30 seconds before around that objective. It could happen 30 seconds afterwards because the objective is still up. So until that's gone, there could be a fight. So if you're fighting Sanquin on that amount of gold,
Yep.
and other people have based and they've spent that same gold, maybe they're even stronger than you, it's just hard loss.
Indeed.
Like imagine if your teammates were like, oh my god, my Yorick who's actually doing well is like on 2.5 that, bro, just recall. Like you're chilling, just recall here. We'll hold the fort, and obviously you'd have to ping them off and stuff and type in chat, wait me, whatever you want to do. Yeah, we got you. Like just come fight when you spend that gold.
Yep.
But yeah, what do you think, Sanquin, is this is a first session? Because I think we've kind of smashed through it here, and I'm even tempted to do like live games after this because
I really get what you're saying, so I can't wait to put into practice. There's it's gonna take. I'm not gonna put everything in practice at once. It's not gonna go like that. But I think there's already things I can take away from it, especially with the recalling and the thinking about the timers of their camps a little bit more precise, so I can make better decisions. That's also the whole goal of this coaching session, that I want to make those decisions better.
Yeah, that's great. The good thing about like Yorick jungle is I don't know what fucking micro there is apart from maybe saving E until you know it's gonna land and stuff. Like that's about it.
Okay, there's a lot of small things that happen in that you have to do as Yorick jungle that you don't have to do in Yorick top, but I don't know if you want to know it or not. But fine.
Is it like timing your ghouls and stuff, or when you use Maiden? But yeah, I trust you with all that.
Well, there's for instance you have to juggle the aggro between you want you to be attacked by buffs or by camps or ghouls, these kind of things, and there's a leash range that the ghouls have, so I can actually have 2 sets of ghouls on the map as well. So sometimes I let the ghouls finish a camp and then do a next camp as well, and you can juggle it. You can do multiple camps at the same time and these kind of stuff. There's some stuff to it.
I see.
But okay, well, I'm sure we'll come to an example at some point.
Yeah, Yorick jungle's broken. Yeah, so let's go through this. You can we'll do like 5 minutes of an exercise here, Sanquin. So I just want you to like write down what you can remember. Give ourselves like 5 minutes. I'm gonna do the same, but I'm gonna stop sharing.
Okay.
And we're just gonna spend like 5 minutes. Just open up a notepad or Word document, like whatever you want, and just write down whatever you can remember. Okay. It can be specific, it can be general, like whatever it is.
Sure. All right.
And we'll talk again in like Yeah, 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Right, let's go. Hmm. How are we going, Sanquin?
Good,
Got
good.
some notes?
Yeah, we got quite a few already.
Beautiful. I'm still going, but whenever you're ready, bro, just tell me
Yeah,
and you
no,
can paste them in chat and walk me
sure,
through them.
sure. Okay,
Hmm.
got. I think I have quite a bit.
Yeah, mate, let's go. Paste in the chat and talk me through it.
One more.
Mhm.
Right. So, what's the chat?
Just in the Discord, Sanquin,
Sure. Yeah, got it.
little DM
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. There we go. All right.
Mhm.
That's one.
Mhm.
That's two.
Mhm.
That's three.
Mhm.
Four. Five. Oh, this one I typed earlier. I just had it at the bottom somewhere. It's about
Yeah,
the
mate.
timings at the start. Um,
Yeah, nice.
okay. Um, string, I mean strong. Just mistyped that.
You're alright, bro. It's not. I'm not an English teacher, mate. You're alright.
Unavailability of the ribbon string is also very important to notice, obviously.
Actually, Sankun, I'm taking an hour off. You spelled it wrong. It's over. Very good, mate. Look at the extensive notes. Fantastic.
Oh, cheers.
I'm excited. Okay. Any more or?
No, this is as far as I got.
All right. So walk me through it then.
Right. So uh, I think at the start I would have made such a difference if I would have just taken that top crab, hovered the brush of the mid laner, recalled from there, gone bot side, taken my camps. I would have spent more gold than Lee. I would have a bit tempo
Hmm.
advantages, and I think from there I would have nicely pathed to my own top side probably and be really nice timing for grubs. Um,
Hmm.
with a Riven ignite top lane, and the Aurelion Sol wasn't doing too bad in the early levels actually. He did better than I thought he would. So
Hmm.
would have been a different game. Then yeah, the when I made the play for the double crab, I thought I could get it with my bot lane having prio there and just smiting and get out. I was just spooked that they didn't come to the river earlier than the Ez and Nami did. So I just thought, okay, and then I turned around, tried the other way. But I never noticed what you said. I didn't notice that the mana of the Ezreal and the Nami. And these are things that noticing mana of health is easy to notice, kind of easier than mana somehow. It goes easier in your eyes, but also the
Yep.
availability of the ult. It's kind of a bit of the same thing. So processing this extra info, like why is someone strong or not, I think it can help me make better decisions as well. Because indeed, the Ezreal without mana and Nabi maybe one bubble she could throw and then she was as well. Yeah, it should have made a different decision. Then the then the Raptors invade at the start. Indeed, it was gamble. I felt confident I could do it. I thought, okay, I'll just E it, smite it, run away. But you're right. Maybe if Lee would have been there, I would have taken it, or they would have
Hmm.
killed me. It was a gamble, and it was not smart to gamble.
Hmm.
So what else did I write down? Uh, yeah, and then about there was the second spawn of the grubs when I could take his camps. Was it the first spawn of the grubs? I don't remember.
It's
The
first. Yeah,
first, the
yeah.
first one, the first one. Yeah, indeed. If I would have gone Raptors and then Krugs, Lee is losing so much. He'll want to contest me
Hmm.
for at least one grub there as well. Have a Riven with Prio on top would have been a great fight for us to take there. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that would have thrown the game differently as well. The
Hmm.
zone 1, 2, 3, I'll keep that in mind because if I have info on zone 1, so I know certain camp is up and I can get it, I
Hmm.
should get it because it not only gives me gold but it denies him gold. So it's like double value.
Hmm.
So then, in that sense, I'll try to think about it more. If we get info for where he is, take whatever's there, so to say.
Yes.
Um, the spawns of the camps. Yeah, we'll type them a bit later, but indeed, I know the 415, 430 is that they're the first side will spawn. Generally, I'm not too bad with this, but further timings beyond the 5 minutes, I'm not. I saw one of your videos where you list all the timings. They were like, "Wow, this is a lot of timings to memorize," and I don't
Hmm.
have them memorized like you do. So I think I can improve further if we go a bit more into timings beyond this 5 minutes mark.
Absolutely. You'll get there as well, Sanquin, right? It's like experience is a bit of a teacher there, but also like you can just test yourself. Like you can just write them down, you know what I mean? And then just like
Yep,
cover up
yep,
the actual, like, not the actual time, but what it represents. So just cover up like, 20 minutes equals Baron. Just cover up the Baron part and just think, what does 20 minutes mean? So as long as you know what thing it is,
right.
that's
Ah,
the main
right.
thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice way of getting to memorize them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then the alt availability spoke about that. I
Hmm.
tend to not pay enough attention to it, the alt availability of my teammates. Um,
Yeah. Because if you're fighting against enemy champions who have theirs, it's the most important ability, right?
yeah,
Unless they're playing a champion that
yeah,
doesn't have an ultimate, like I don't know,
yeah.
Jace or Nidalee. But yeah, for the most part, it will, right? So,
Yes,
so yeah, it's
indeed.
very important. Like you have to. It's trying to just push you towards the 100% knowing. I know here that we win because I played against a Rengar once, and I reckon he was probably like a GM Smurf, and it felt very easy for me to play the game because I just knew everything about him. But every time he pressed his ultimate, I would just like because I have old advantage. I'm starting Grubs, I'm starting Dragon. It's like, what are you gonna do, bro? Are you just gonna run at
Right.
me?
Yep.
Like you can't do anything to me. So it's about knowing the big cooldowns. It's very important. Same with like TPs and stuff. Like Cho'Gath like doesn't have TP after you killed him, so I have the second Grubs no matter what. Let's go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
mm-hmm,
With the Riven ult in this game, um,
mm-hmm.
if I land my E and W, the Cho'Gath dies even if Riven doesn't have an ult or doesn't have an ult because there's
Mm-hmm.
just enough damage coming out. But yeah, I should have noticed more of it. Um, yeah, and then the spending, I think that's a big one because I made the mistake twice, I think, already in this game, and we haven't even watched half of it. So yeah, the spending is
Look at the note you've got here, Sanguine. Having 1,500 plus gold is just shit.
well, isn't it?
Well, it
Unspent,
depends though, right? Like,
unspent,
yeah, unspent. Well,
unspent
it's a
should have been
good
in
thing
there.
to have that much gold, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's bad if you have it unspent and
Yes,
there's
that's what I
something about
meant.
to spawn that's going to be contested.
Yeah.
That's when it's bad.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
very good.
Okay, and then the recall timings, like yeah, 30 seconds before objective, then you can be there.
Hmm.
Although other team might have set up vision or whatever and positioned better if you do it at this point, but that's maybe for later in the game. I guess not for the earliest part because everybody's sticking to the lanes a lot of time. But
Yep.
yeah, 30 seconds or 20, and then they'll be on it maybe, especially for grubs. You can still maybe steal one.
Yeah, exactly, mate. That was really good, by the way. I'm gonna copy my notes in here, so it's
Okay.
largely the same, by the way. But yeah, pathing top because Ignite top lane. If they
Yep.
have TP, we can chill.
Yep.
Or just path bot. I don't even know why, but we can chill. I was probably thinking something else. Starting Raptors walls equals 4-minute respawn.
Yep.
So if the enemy jungler is
Yep.
on that side of the map where you did your Raptors or walls,
Yep.
after Crab, like we talked about with the Lee Sin, if he was bot side in that game,
Hmm.
run straight to that camp and do it recall
Hmm.
because Grub's 5 minutes.
Hmm.
Running into river or number 2 through the brush.
Oh yeah, indeed. The bush, yeah, indeed, way better.
Yep. Not around in
I
the
would have
open
killed
because
the
then
Lee.
it's
I
yeah.
would have killed the Lee level 4 there. Would have been so nice.
Yeah. What's the difference, Sanquin? Like what's he gonna do differently if he doesn't see you?
He's just gonna whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
the Q
Yeah.
the crab probably. Maybe he's cautious
Mm-hmm.
enough to just run it in and start auto attacking. I don't know. But if he Qs that crab, then he's dead with the
Yep.
Aurelion
You're
Soul
gonna
already moving
like
up.
exactly right. Very good. Okay.
I have
And
red
yeah,
buff. I have
recalling
ghosts.
equals
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, like that situation is so hard winning. It's unreal. And it kind of was anyway because you landed a
Yeah.
really nice A. But yeah, um, yeah, recalling equals tempo. So we recall because we need to be somewhere as strong as possible.
Hmm.
Now, if I stopped at that, it would be like, oh shit, everyone's gonna think, all right, let's recall here because Dragon's up in 30 seconds. But that only matters as well because the enemy jungler might take that
Yeah.
2 or whatever it is before we get there. So
Yeah.
if the enemy jungler is never going to be there, you don't have to recall then.
Yes.
Like we do literally recall to spend gold or to replenish HP and stuff. So if
Hmm.
you're already full HP and your items are good enough to do the thing, we can just stay on the map.
Yep.
It's only bad if you're going to lose all of your threes on the other side of the map.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's the point at the bottom as well. So if you get that big thing, regardless if you base or not, then you can just stay on the map and do it unless you lose all your threes. Then
Yep.
you can just recall and you cover your threes because that 2 or 1 is not going anywhere.
Yep.
The second grubs are still going to be there. The dragon's still going to be there. I don't need to worry. It's a very important thing.
Hmm.
And yeah, I just put here like grubs are big in every game, so we want to recall no later than 4:30, generally speaking.
Yep.
To be there on time. And then I also put here it's just important, Sanquin, because some games you can't do them, right? Maybe you've got 2 hard losing lanes, or the enemy jungle got 2 kills bot lane, you can't do anything about it, and you know they started top and they're running to grubs, right? FF. At least though, you've already spent your gold, right? So if you can't do grubs and you go like, let's just say you're blue team and you go Gromp Wolves and you're pathing away from grubs, at least you could maybe do Dragon or his bot side, or you can 3v2 their bot lane and you've got your Tiamat, or you've got 3 long swords.
Yep.
If you just do that with jungle item, like it's not going to do anything. Like it's so bad.
Yep.
And yeah, just the zone thing. So like 1, 2, 3. So we try to go out as far as possible, and then we come back into our camps.
Okay.
So out being number 1,
Yep.
number 2, number 3.
Yep.
So you only do 3s if you can't do a 2. You do a 2 if you can't do a 1.
Yep. Okay. Good.
But I think all in all, Sanguine, that's very good. Yeah, the notes there,
Hmm.
very nice, mate. What do you think? Are you happy? Do you have any
Very
questions
happy.
about anything?
No, I'm looking forward to, to keep going. Well, this must be very late for you in the evening now, but some other time whenever it suits. Yeah, looking forward to it. Very happy.
No, we're chilling, mate. It's only like 6 p.m. as well, so I'm gonna
Ah,
have
is
dinner
it?
after this.
Ah,
But
okay, okay.
yeah. What's the time for you? Like 9 or 10?
10 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. So you're like 4 hours ahead, but I have to flip like the PM to AM. I
Yeah,
see. Um.
16 ahead.
All right, mate. Yeah. Very good. Does this time work for you though? So it would have been 9 a.m. Was it?
Yeah, it depends from time to time because I work in shifts. So yeah, this time
Oh.
works.
Okay.
Sometimes maybe I can do 1 hour earlier, maybe, but it's harder. So this time is the best time, I guess.
Okay. So are you gonna? Well, you tell me, Sanquin. Like, are you gonna play games this week,
Yeah,
or
no, I'm gonna
do you
play
wanna?
today. I'm gonna play now.
Oh shit. Okay, let's go. Well, we can always do later in the week if you want, or we can do
Okay.
same time next week if you want a lot of time. Like,
Um,
how do you feel?
I'll have to look at my agenda. If it would be up to me, I'd do it as soon as possible because I'm really enjoying this stuff. But I have a
Mm-hmm.
bit of a busy family life and so I'll have to look at the time what suits. But I saw on your website that you normally do the on-stream coaching like earlier for a couple of
Yeah.
hours, and this was the latest slot that was. So this was the only one that I could pick that worked, kind of. So
Yeah. Sure.
unless
Yeah.
you
That's all good.
unless you go later, but then you go into your own dinner time, and that's not nice for you either, I guess. So
Mate, you're very empathetic. You know that home life, Sanquin.
no, it's the home life is good as well, you know. It's a lot, but you have to take so many things into
Yeah.
account all the time, and I'm sure it's not different for yourself.
Yeah, no, it's true. But this time was chill. Just can you? I don't want to like rush you or anything, but do you know if there would be a day like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday that would work this week, or do you need a bit of time to figure stuff out?
Let me have a look in my agenda.
I'd rather just do it now because sometimes I forget because my DMs
Yeah. No,
fucking
I get
drop
it.
and I just forget. Oh
I
shit!
get
I got a
it.
message, Sanquin.
I think Friday morning can work. Yeah, Friday morning can work.
What time for you?
Same time's good. 9 works.
Easy, mate. You're locked in. I might also do
Okay.
Sanquin some live games, maybe.
Okay, that would be
Maybe.
cool. Yep, we'll see how it
If
goes.
if we do that though, I would
Uh-huh.
rather have 2 hours blocked out. So could you do 8 a.m. for you?
I'll have to check and I'll message you back.
Okay, so I'll pencil it in, but just
Okay.
we'll definitely do 9, but just tell me if you can make it earlier
Yep.
for 8.
Yep.
Um,
All right.
all right, Sanquin, very good, mate. Have a good
Yeah,
day,
good.
yeah, and we will talk on Friday, mate.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one. For that one, do you want me to upload
Yes.
a game again or somewhere? Or
Yeah, just
maybe
upload a
one.
game in case. But if I were you, bro, I'd upload as many games as possible, and I'd just hit me with questions. So like
Okay.
the only the only reason I would want you to queue up, right? Let's just say you play a game
Mhm.
and you finish the game. The only reason I want you pressing fire match is because you've found everything you could have done better in that game. And if you have questions like I seriously like just don't know what I could have done here, that's the stuff we look at.
Okay.
But I do that for every game, and you press fire match when you've gone through as much as you actually can and you're
Okay.
able to.
Okay.
You know what I
Good.
mean?
Yeah, get
Um,
it.
so that's what I would do, man. I would just hit me with questions about every game I play. I would just go so hard with this stuff that
Hmm.
yeah, I don't want to leave anything out there. Yep.
All right. All right.
Um. But yeah. All right, Sanquin. We'll talk on Friday, mate. Yeah. Take care of
Yeah.
yourself. We'll talk soon.
Thanks. Yeah.
All
See
right,
ya.
mate. See you, bro. See you, mate. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.